To my subscribers, thank you for tuning in once again. If you are new, welcome to JT on the Go. Today we are at Gare du Narbonne in Narbonne, France, and we are about to head to Barcelona in Spain by rail.
Our trip to Spain from France starts at the town of Narbonne in southern France. Gare du Narbonne was originally opened on April 22, 1857. It was built as a vital junction on the Bordeaux-Sète railway line. As this is considered a small train station, there is not much to see around. Over here on the right is a small waiting area where passengers can wait for their train. If we keep going farther in, there is a cafe, perfect for breakfast. There is also a shop or two in the station that carry snacks and drinks. Narbonne is one of the places where you can catch a train into Spain from France. Both Renfe and SNCF have trains that travel between the two countries. Narbonne is a stop for Renfe trains that travel between Madrid and Marseille and Barcelona and Lyon. As we look up this departure board, ours is the 1034 to Madrid-Atocha. Barcelona is the stop our train will make right before it gets onto the Madrid-Barcelona high-speed line. For this trip, we booked second class, and I'll explain why we chose second class later. As we can see here, the roof that protects the train tracks from the rain appears to be undergoing refurbishment. SNCF has direct TGV trains between Barcelona and Paris, and they also come through here. The question we're here to answer is this an efficient way of traveling between Spain and France? Does it beat flying? Renfe has two trains that travel to Spain from here each day. Both are Renfe's Ave international services. The first one, which is ours, starts at least at 49 euros, while the second starts at least at 59 euros. Either one's price could change depending on the time of day and demand. Keep in mind that the tunnels leading under the tracks to the other platforms are not accessible by escalator or elevator. They can only be reached by stairs. Narbonne has a total of 3 platforms. Platform A is right next to the station, and platforms B and C are the ones you would have to reach through this tunnel. Trains will be assigned to a track once the departure time gets closer. Back in the station, on the left of the entrance, is a ticket counter. One thing that's really clever is these dedicated paths for anyone who is disabled. For people who can't see, they can feel the texture difference from the 2 lines that run parallel along the floor. Our train has been assigned to a track, Track A. Lucky for us, that is right here. There are different letters that indicate where your assigned seat is. Because we're between coaches 5 and 6, we need to go to W. And that's right over here. The train station does have restrooms, and they're right over here. Yes, we will be getting a Renfe S100 train set, but that's not ours. That's the Barcelona to Lyon train. Ours is coming from Marseille, France. And here it is, our Renfe S100. The Renfe Ave class S100 is actually the very first type of train set Renfe ever had, and it is the only one of all the train types Renfe owns that can operate in France. It does look similar to some of the train sets SNCF has. For this trip, you don't need your passport because France and Spain are both members of the European Union. You don't need a passport when traveling from one EU country to another. You just need your ticket. We are now leaving Narbonne and beginning our trip to Barcelona. The travel time from Narbonne to Barcelona will be 2 hours and 12 minutes.
So we are back on the Renfe S100 again. The reason why I booked second class is because I already filmed first class for my very first YouTube video when I rode this train from Madrid to Seville.
If you watched my very first YouTube video, I did say that I liked this train set. JT on the Go's video production has come a long way since I filmed first class on this train set. Second class has a 2x2 seat configuration, and we got table seats again. When you fold out the table, it gives you plenty of space to eat, drink, or use your laptop. There's only one armrest shared between seats. And there are reading light controls at each seat. There's even a small garbage bin. These controls adjust the volume for the TVs above the aisle. Those hooks are great for coats, and there is a shade to block the sun. I have never been on this route before and wasn't expecting to see so many lakes. The last time I rode a train from one country to another was the Amtrak Cascades from Seattle to Vancouver, British Columbia. In fact, as of the making of this video, that one is the most popular video on JT on the Go. There will be one more town this train stops in, still in France, before it crosses into Spain. If you were traveling from a non-EU European country into an EU country or between non-EU countries, border agents would board the train before it crosses the border and ask for your passport. As I mentioned, second class has a 2x2 seat configuration. First class is a 1x2 configuration, and the first class seats are significantly wider. Luggage that fits in the overhead shelves can be stored there. Larger luggage can go into the racks by the doors. Just keep in mind those fill up quickly. This is the town of Perpignan, our last stop in France before entering Spain. Let's check out the restroom. This is perhaps cleaner than the restroom I saw when I rode first class on the S100, though it could be the video quality from back then that made it hard to tell. That pedal on the left of the toilet is what you would press with your foot to flush. Early JT on the Go videos weren't released in 4K like the ones I released today. There is soap and running water. And this green button activates the hand dryer. And that's how you unlock the door. Alright, our next stop is in Spanish territory.
By now, after that last stop, we are nearing the border between France and Spain. To get across the border, we have to go through the Pyrenees Mountains, which is the border between France and Spain, through tunnel.
One thing I noticed, on SNCF territory, trains travel on the left side of a 2-track line. On Renfe territory, they travel on the right. Our train switched to the right side just before entering the Pyrenees Mountains. Let's check out the cafe car. This is my favorite spot on this train set. While it is where the second class passengers get their food and drinks, it feels like an observation car. And here is what the menu looks like. All the tables here have handrails and trash cans. And just like that, we've entered the Pyrenees Mountains. And just like that, we've left France. Welcome to Spain. We are specifically in Spain's Catalonia region, and Barcelona is the capital of the region. Interestingly, the Spanish language is most dominant in central Spain, where Madrid is located. So now we're on Renfe territory, where the Iberian gauge is most widely used. The name comes from Spain's position dominating the Iberian Peninsula. Also, all EU countries use the euro, which means you don't need to exchange currency when traveling between EU countries. Here is our first stop in Spain, Figueres Villalpón. On Renfe, this station serves as one of the Ave international stops. It is also the northern terminus of the Renfe Europe services, which travel to Valencia and Alicante in southeastern Spain. We're continuing along. The next stop before Barcelona is Girona. We've been traveling at a maximum speed of 300 kilometers per hour or 186 miles per hour. The S100's top speed is 300 kilometers per hour or 190 miles per hour. By now we've reached Girona. Next stop, Barcelona. The speeds on the line we're traveling are also governed by the European Rail Traffic Management System, or ERTMS, which dictates safe operating thresholds across borders. France uses the standard gauge for its rail network, which is 1,435 millimeters. Spain uses the Iberian gauge, which is 1,668 millimeters. However, to allow for seamless cross-border travel, all modern high-speed rail lines in Spain are now built to the standard 1,435 millimeter gauge. Additionally, some trains use special axles that automatically adjust their width while moving, allowing them to operate on both the French and Spanish networks without stopping, and that was the case for us. By now, my two questions have been answered. Traveling between France and Spain by rail is a very efficient way to do it, and it can beat flying depending on where in France or Spain you are. From cities like Madrid, Barcelona, Lyon, Marseille, and Paris, it is a straight shot. Anywhere outside of those cities, you may need to make connections. I highly recommend using the train to travel between France and Spain or between any countries in Europe because it is affordable and efficient enough for tourists. When we arrive at Barcelona Sants, a lot of people will be waiting to board because this train continues on to Madrid. And here we are, Barcelona Sants, Barcelona's main train station in the heart of Spain's second largest city. Subscribe for more train videos on JT on the Go and follow on TikTok, Instagram, and LinkedIn for more. Traveling between European countries can be a real challenge, but I highly recommend choosing the train when you're looking for an efficient way to do it. Thanks for watching.